What's up, Taiwan? I'm Louise with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan's vice president has been elected chair of the ruling party in a move that's widely seen as the start of his presidential bid. Ching-te was the only person who stood in the Democratic Progressive Party election on Sunday. President Tsai Ing-wen resigned as chair in November after the party underperformed in local elections. Lai will take up the post on Wednesday. His term will run until May 2024, when Taiwan's next president is set to take power. Lai said his goal is to unite the party and appeal to members for support.
在关键时刻，民进党需要你，台湾需要你。希望我们能够再一次的肩并肩，在守护台湾的路上，成功完成使命。
The highway linking eastern Taiwan to the north of the country is open again after a landslide last week. But traffic through the area is being restricted because of safety, meaning drivers are facing long waits. John Van Trieste has the story.
Lining up through the night, a long snarl of cars and trucks. This is the Suhua Highway, the only road from northern Taiwan to the country's east coast. It's taken workers days to clear this road after a huge landslide last week. But even though work ended Sunday, safety is still a concern. The damaged section is only open to traffic at certain times, creating a bottleneck. Some drivers waited up to 7 hours for this early morning slot.
为了安全起见，没有办法啦。
白天尽可能能放就放啊，对，因为像花莲人也要回家，他们的物资需求都要交给我们这些司机来处理。
Normal traffic will resume from Thursday until the end of the month. This will allow people to use the road over the Lunar New Year, Taiwan's biggest travel season. But the highway still needs a lot of work. First, a tunnel damaged in the landslide needs replacing.
这种明隧道刚够明隧道，工期要8个月，就除了这8个月以外，还有包括设计规划招标。
And beyond that, the government plans a series of upgrades. These include projects to shore up the mountains that tower over the highway to prevent future landslides. The government says this work won't be completed until 2032. That means eastern Taiwan's main road artery will remain vulnerable for years to come. Ethan Pan and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Rescuers are searching for 4 people still missing after Nepal's worst air disaster in 3 decades. At least 68 people were killed when the Yeti Airlines aircraft carrying 72 went down in Pokhara, a tourist town about 100 kilometers west of the capital, Kathmandu. Those on board included citizens from India, Russia, South Korea, and Australia. There's no indication yet as to what caused the crash, but the country does have a poor air safety record. 350 people have died in air disasters in Nepal since 2000. A Taiwan court has ruled that a law that only men are allowed to inherit the right to lead Ancestor worship guilds is unconstitutional, or at least partly. These guilds often wield significant influence in local politics and are backed by large sums of money. Yujing Huang has the details.
Taiwan's Constitutional Court announces its ruling that some women can now become successors of so-called ancestor worship guilds. It's a decision that partially ends centuries-old gender inequality in these traditional family associations. Influential and wealthy, these ancestral groups date back to the 17th century and the arrival of Han immigrants from China. They were organized to manage a family's assets and affairs in relation to worship. The Han, who dominate Taiwanese society, have a history of valuing males over females. There are more than 3,000 of these family guilds in Taiwan, and though intended to keep immigrant families connected, they've grown so large over the years that succession and internal politics have become an issue. Traditionally, only men, unmarried women, or husbands matriarchally married into the family can be successors of the guild. But there's a catch. The court's ruling only applies to organizations that currently have no written rules barring women from leadership. The lawsuit was brought to the Constitutional Court by two groups of plaintiffs. Both argued that inheritance rights favoring patrilineal descent are gender discrimination, and that concept doesn't fit in a modern society.
祭祀工业的设立，它的最主要的目的就是在祭祀祖先、发扬孝道。而就祭祀祖先之香火传承而言呢，男系子孙与女系子孙呢，并没有本质的差异。尤其在少子化的今天，以及可预见之未来，如果还是继续呢勉强区分，那么尤其这样子呢，会不利于祭祀香火之传承。
Although the ruling confirms that the law violates Article 22 of the Constitution, which guarantees the freedom and rights of all people, it doesn't cover organizations that have written rules, because a similar case in 2015 declared that the regulations of private ancestral worship guilds must be respected. This latest ruling is another small step forward for gender equality in Taiwan. But the limited nature is likely to leave some feeling more work is needed. Damon Lin and Yujing Huang for TaiwanPlus.
As the year of the rabbit will soon be upon us, the popularity of the animal is soaring. TaiwanPlus's John Van Trieste now takes us to a place where people can get their rabbit fix and learn a thing or two about them.
This is the little prince, and this is Bambi, and they're my baby bunnies. Today we're on a special outing. I've heard that there's a cafe especially for rabbits right here in the heart of Taipei. Now, some of you may know the Lunar Year of the Rabbit is right around the corner, so to celebrate together, I thought I'd bring them here. Let's check this place out. This cafe is one of a handful of rabbit cafes that have opened up around Taiwan in recent years. They're sort of like the cat cafes which have popped up in countries around the world. You can come here to have a meal or a coffee in the company of the shop's 3 resident rabbits, Cui Cui, Pika, and Yuan Zhi. Here they are. Say hello. You can bring your own bunny to the cafe, too. Sometimes groups of rabbit lovers even book the whole place for a rabbit gathering, with as many as 30 bunnies coming together for a play date. You'll also find bunny-friendly items on the menu, like a fruit and veggie platter. And they've turned the basement into a bunny play space. Bambi and Little Prince are quickly at home here. Look at them go. The person who dreamed up this playground for bunnies is the cafe's owner, JC.
我一直想要开咖啡厅，然后兔子是因为我很喜欢小动物，然后兔子又比较不会吵到邻居，所以就想说养养看，然后养了之后就很爱。
But rabbits can be timid creatures, so how do they deal with all the customers? Is it too much noise and attention?
一开始会有一点。然后我们也有一直宣导，就是请客人小声一点，动作慢一点，所以后来他们适应得蛮好的，现在都不太会怕。
The cafe holds regular Meet the Bunnies events. They give people rare access to the animal's cage. Customers can pet the bunnies and even feed them veggies, something normally reserved for staff. The cafe wants people to see that the rabbits are not toys. They're members of the family. And they want people to think twice before buying one.
我们主要是宣导领养代替购买，对，然后但是如果有些客人真的看到很喜欢的，他花钱去买回来，我们也觉得 OK， 只要你爱他，可以养他一辈子，我们都很鼓励。
The cafe is gearing up to celebrate the Year of the Rabbit. They're offering special rabbit-themed pastries and fortune cookies for customers. All this to ensure that these cuddly creatures and their human friends enjoy a happy Year of the Rabbit. Klein Wang and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Finally today we leave you with images of thousands, yes thousands of South American turtles hatching along a river in Brazil. I'm Louise Watt, take care and I'll see you next time.